Hello, everybody, and welcome to Real Talk. I am Tommy Padrone, and this is a whole new show that I'm doing with my good friend Cal, where we just talk about cinema as a whole. Each episode is going to be different. We're hoping to have various guests on, and the idea is that we all get real, talking about our experiences with cinema as a whole, what we love about film, and if we can in between, maybe even give reviews on movies if that is what you, the audience, want to hear. And yeah, here we are with Cal.
Yeah, it's good to be here. I'm excited to do this. Obviously, film has been a really big part of my life for a really long time. Um, for really as long as I remember, I think a big thing that came from me for that was my dad. Um, Before he really settled into his career like elsewhere, he's since retired. For a long time, he was a sound engineer and he did a lot of really cool projects. He was working through Skywalker Ranch for a little while before he was working at the motion picture studio at the university he went to. Made a lot of cool projects, has been in a lot of cool things. He's got a lot of fun flexes, met a lot of cool people. But through that experience, he grew to have a really deep love for film, and he really passed that on to me. I remember growing up, we would watch movies, and he was always very good at looking at them from a very artistic standpoint, and it kind of instilled that into me to be a lot look at movies much deeper than surface level. And so since then, film has become one of my favorite things. I love just, by myself with people, whatever, just going to the movies, watch them at home. Um, I just love being able to, escape to that, experience other people's perspectives, feel the way that people want me to feel and really get into that. And I think that's been something that's really special, and it's a really special, uh, artistic expression. So I'm excited to be here and talk about it with you.
Awesome, man. That's so cool. I think that's a very special and unique experience to like have your dad who has worked in the film industry and has that perspective, which not a lot of people do. I know for me, um, I mean, we would always go to the movies, like, casually, when I was growing up, but I never really looked at film in, like, an artistic regard. I was just like, "Oh, yeah, we go to the movies, like, we like watching movies at home," we have all these, like, cool old, like, VHS tapes and, it's just a form of entertainment. Um, but even at a young age, it was still something that I really connected to, like, I really loved, these movies. It was just like a super common pastime. But, I remember the f kinda like the first stepping stone for me of, like, really falling into cinema was actually going to watch, La La Land in theaters. Because my friends were like, "Yo, dude, there's this movie, and it's, like, so good. Like, you gotta come watch it." And and it wasn't just the movie itself, but it was also, like, the cinematic experience because this is my friends being like, "Oh, because it's at this theater that, like, we really like." And just, like, that notion to me of, like, having a theater that you liked because of the ambiance of the theater
For sure,
itself
yeah.
was such a new concept. I was like, "It's just a theater, bro." And they're like, "No, because this movie's been out for, like, 2 months already, so it's just screening in, like, these smaller theaters, so it's a lot more intimate, it's, like, a lot cool." And I was like, "Okay, okay." So I'm, like, picking up on these things, and then, we went and watched La La Land for the first time, and I was, like, blown away because I had never seen for me, it was my first time really seeing art in film, you know? Obviously, um, that doesn't mean to say that none of the films I had seen up to that point were art, but it just means that I didn't really see it yet. Like, it didn't really hit me that, like, "Oh, wow,
Absolutely.
this is like a true art form." And so I went back and watched it, like, 3 more times in the theaters, and we, like, were bringing more friends each time, which is really funny because it's just a bunch of teenage boys going to watch La La Land, and we're all, like, crying.
Does that to you?
'Cause it does that to you, and I think that's what, really made me fall in love with cinema was that I actually this was, like, my first real film where it did something to me. Like, I really felt an effect, and I really felt a connection. So that was really cool. Um, yeah, what was your first do you remember your first cinematic experience, like, actually going to the theater?
So that's been like a big question for me recently. I've been trying to figure that out because for me, I would have to look this up to see which one came out first, but I think it's between Revenge of the Sith and The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Um, in my head, it's Revenge of the Sith, and I believe that came out first. But at the same time, when I start thinking about it, I don't know if that's a movie that my parents would really want to bring a small child to. And so I'm gonna go with Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I remember going to see it in a theater by my grandparents' house, and yeah, I thought I remember just thinking it was so fascinating just to be in such a big room. Obviously, I grew up, watching stuff on the VHS, on the CRT, and so to be in such a big environment like that, it was very, very interesting to just experience that in that kind of like what you were saying with like it's in a very curated environment. I was not used to that as a little kid. I remember being really, really blown away by that, even just as a small child.
Okay, so it looks like they both came out in 2005. So I'd have to look at the month to be specific, but
It's all right.
probably both.
I could have seen them at the same time. Double screening.
Yeah, dude. Double feature, dude. Freaking
Oh,
The Lion, the Witch, and the Revenge of the Sith, dude.
The Lion, the Witch, and General Grievous.
Yeah.
That was good. All right, what about you though? Growing up, what'd you see first?
Genuinely, I think my earliest theater experience that I remember was going to watch Paul Blart Mall Cop with my brother.
You're lying. When did that movie come out?
2009.
2009. So you were
That's like my first like genuine memory because we got to the theater late and so we had tickets but there was like no seats. And so we sat like on the steps in the aisle
Paul Blart Mall Cop. It just had that effect on
to
people.
watch Paul Blart Mall Cop because it just had that much of a
That
draw.
gravitas, yeah, that effect on culture, what it was doing to people.
It had the ethos, the logos,
You don't know what those words
the
mean.
Yorgos Lanthimos. It didn't have Yorgos Lanthimos.
It might have.
But you know what? I feel like he could have directed that film
I see a lot of inspiration in Begonia from Paul
from
Blart. I
Paul
think that,
Blart.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's very similar in themes and in ideas. I think the shotgun
Yeah.
scene was probably definitely inspired from Paul Blart.
How could it not?
How could it not? No, I agree.
How
I
could
agree.
it not?
That's really interesting. So you were, I mean, what were you like 7, 8 years old at that time?
I
Like
was like 7. Yeah. I was like 7. But yeah, that's just like I feel like it's my earliest memory of like being in a theater watching a movie. I think, yeah. I remember once as my class we went to watch um Earth, like the big documentary
Planet Earth,
that
the
came out.
BBC?
You're like, yeah, like Planet Earth.
Heck yeah.
And so we went to watch that as a class, and that must have been an IMAX theater. That was probably my first experience in IMAX, maybe.
Could have been like a planetarium as well. I feel like that's you end up a lot in those a lot as like a kid in there.
No, that would have been cool. Because we did have in Toronto, they did have like the Toronto Science Center IMAX theater where they would screen stuff like that, but I guess that wasn't in
Interesting.
my school's budget,
That's too
so
bad.
we just went to like a Cineplex theater. Yeah,
Is that a
just
chain that's
watched
only
in
up
the
there?
theater.
I've never heard of a Cineplex.
Yeah, I think it's a Canadian chain,
Nice.
Cineplex. They have a deal with my bank where I get lots of points, so I watch free movies at Cineplex all the time.
Dang. I want to watch
It's
free
pretty dope.
movies.
Yeah, dude. Dude, when I went to watch Deadpool and Wolverine for the third time, watch that movie for free. I got the popcorn tin for free and I got the 2 Deadpool and Wolverine cups for free.
So I'm going to stop you right there. Did you say 3 times
Mm.
for Deadpool and Wolverine?
I have seen that movie cinematically 3 times.
I've seen that movie just in general as a concept 0 times. I've seen none of the Deadpool movies actually, and I think
Yeah, I
that might be
know.
more on me.
Freaking movie
But
nerd.
going to see it three
It
times
is
in
on you. Who else
theaters
is it going to
is,
be on?
I don't know,
Well,
Kevin Feige.
my first time was with my eldest brother, who's like a super diehard Wolverine fan. He loves Wolverine. So I watched it with him and my dad, and we just went to watch it as soon as we could because we were like, yeah, it's Deadpool and Wolverine. We got to go watch it. The second time, well, I loved it. My first watch, I absolutely loved it.
No kidding.
Um, yeah, it was because it was a lot of like fan service. There was a lot of like funny. It was hilarious. Like it was nonstop jokes. It was killer. And then the second time I went with Jana, and we were at a drive-in. So I went to watch it at a drive-in, and so that was pretty fun. It was actually a double feature. It was Deadpool Wolverine and Longlegs.
Holy smokes.
Yeah,
Tell me about
yeah.
that. I want to hear about the experience of watching Longlegs in a drive-in. We had a drive-in in my hometown growing up. It's actually still going. It's one of the last ones because that's kind of
Oh, that's
unfortunately a
cool.
dying medium.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, I always loved
Um,
going, but I always felt like it's a little harder to, I guess, lean forward and pay attention. You got a lot going on around you.
it's true. It's true. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like if you really want to watch a movie, a drive-in isn't like the place to go
Oh, for sure.
because of just like the environment that you're in. But it's cool if you're going to watch like a blockbuster that like maybe you've seen before.
hmm It's
Um,
more of a
like
social experience, I think, but
yeah, no, totally. Like
watching
we
a
used
horror
to
movie.
go. Yeah, 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 yeah. Like watching a horror movie with a girl, or just like watching a movie with like friends and family. It's a really fun and cool experience. We used to go because there's this drive-in our town where every Thursday it was like $15 for the whole car.
Pretty good.
So we would all like clown car in my dad's minivan, and $15, and we all got to watch this movie. So we'd all put out our camp chairs and blankets and stuff, and it was a fun time. But long legs, I'm gonna be completely honest. I was with my fiance at the time, so it was the second. We didn't really watch
Understood. Understood. That's crazy because Nick
it.
Cage is like acting his face off for you, trying to freak you out, and you don't
Quite
want to give him the
literally
time
acting
of day,
his face off.
quite literally, and you don't want to give him the time of
Have
day.
you wait? Have you not seen it?
I've not seen it. Here's the thing.
Well, he acts his face off because he smashes his face into a table.
That's lovely. I just wow.
Yeah.
Is bro all right? No, no,
What's
but
wrong with this
I have an
dude?
interesting relationship with horror movies. I don't really like to. I don't watch them a ton. I do, however, I really liked Obsession, but I felt like that one had a lot of deeper stuff to it. But the thing about
Hmm.
Longlegs that is curious to me because it was marketed as like the scariest movie ever made, and
Stupid.
the first time after it came out, one of my buddies went and saw it, and he said that was weak sauce. He's like, it wasn't scary. It didn't affect me at all. But since I've met a couple people that have said like, yes, it is the scariest movie I've ever seen in my life. It freaked me out. It stuck with me. Really, it
No.
didn't do it for you,
Maybe maybe it stuck with you because you're freaking stupid, dude.
dude. I haven't seen it,
Such
man.
a
Dude,
low IQ movie because it feels like it feels like there's like a big conspiracy, and it's like leading up to something, and she, like the main character, she has like some sort of like sixth sense or something. Like she has a weird connection to the killer, obviously.
hmm.
Um and so at first it kind of starts out as like a Silence of the Lambs thing where it's this main character, this detective, and she has like this weird, almost like a sixth sense, just like a feeling or vibe that's like leading her towards the killer. She like connects these dots, and she doesn't really know how she's connecting them or why. But it's because she has a connection to the killer himself. And so you feel like it's leading up to something like really cool and like interesting, and then it's like, hey, guess what? You know what it is? It's Satan. And it's like, what? It's like, yeah, it's just the devil himself.
The whole time.
And you're like, Like that's yeah, that is such a weak sauce reveal. It's like, really? This is what this whole thing has been leading up to? It's just a satanic thing. That's it.
Like you think they had like the opportunity to do something like weird and creative, and they just kind of
Yeah, like
like
it could have been interesting and new, but it's literally just like, oh yeah, it's hungry for the souls of innocent children. Like, all right,
heard that a million
cool.
times.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Like that's how I felt as well about Heretic, a movie with the sister missionaries, where I was like, I feel like if you're a soft brain person who knows nothing about theology, you would think this movie's really deep and interesting, but it's really not.
It's just Reddit stuff, Reddit
It's just
rambles.
Reddit stuff. It's just Reddit rambles and like half baked theories and crap like that. And in some cases, like just straight up wrong.
What if I wanted to hear Hugh Grant sing Radiohead?
Well, then you would know that it's not actually Radiohead. It's a song that's already been told before. That's the whole thing he's trying to say is that Radiohead and the Bible and the Book of Mormon and stuff, that it's all these stories that are being regurgitated over and over again and presented as a new idea.
The Church of
But it's
Radiohead.
just what? The
Church.
church the church is Radiohead. And you know what?
Whoa.
I'm okay with that.
Whoa. Love that.
Yeah, no.
All right, I get that though, where it's like you could have done something creative instead. You just kind of fell flat. Took a like
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
creative, easy way out, I suppose.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So yeah, long is not that great. But yeah. All right. So what was your favorite cinematic experience like to date?
That's a really good question.
Don't say Endgame. Don't say Endgame.
Endgame was fun. I'm not gonna lie, but I feel like context of Endgame,
Endgame was fun.
context of Endgame really helped Endgame be way more fun. Like for me,
Yeah.
senior ditch day, I played in a golf tournament that morning. Like just all around a good time, you know. And then I went with my friends to go see
Gangster.
Avengers Endgame. It was awesome.
Fire.
Um, I really am trying to think of like what the best one was for me. You might need to come back to me on that. Why don't you give us a go, and then I'll give you my answer here.
Mm, I mean, I might have to say Project Hail Mary
Ooh,
because I did watch it in IMAX 70 mil. And
what a
so
time, man.
ugh, oh my gosh. And that was my first time seeing a film in that format. And so even before the movie starts, so there's like the previews that are like digital and whatever. And then when it starts rolling the 70 mil, now we watch the Dune Part 3 teaser, and then we
Ooh,
watch a 6-minute prologue of the Odyssey in in that format, which was freaking amazing. Like that 6 minutes of the Odyssey in that format was better than like any movie I had seen that like this year. Like before that, I was like, this is amazing. I would trade this for I don't even know what else came out this year. I don't even remember now because like it was so good. And then yeah, and then Project Hail Mary in that that incredible depth of film and just the movie itself, of course, being amazing regardless of the format. I was like, this is super good.
absolutely.
And the whole and cinema has really been making a comeback. Like getting those tickets was like kind of hard. Like I had to hunt for them and it was like a month after its release. because of the format and just the amount of people who showed up for that movie is insane.
Absolutely.
Like packed theater, huge theater, huge theater. This is at the Universal City Walk, AMC
Oh
in
yeah,
Burbank.
that place is
So
massive.
massive theater, totally packed, and everyone was there for it. Like one of the most like respectful cinematic experiences I've ever had.
Hmm.
Like no one's on their phone. Even like my sister-in-law who was there, and she usually like goes on her phone in the theater, but she was like locked in. Like she was there for it.
Good movies do that to you,
And
man.
like yeah, and like Jana always falls asleep during like outer space movies, like Star Wars, Interstellar. It just puts her to sleep because everything's like mm, like moving and whatever. But she was there. She was awake for all near 3 hours of Project Hail Mary. So that was yeah, that was truly a cinematic experience, unlike any other.
Yeah, I want to kind of make a point as to what you were saying because this got really big recently, like this piece of news, but movie theaters have recovered from COVID. We're
Yeah,
back. This I think
we're
May
back,
was the
baby.
highest grossing month since like
Yeah.
2019, 2018 pre-COVID. But I think that
Hmm.
number is only going to get bigger because people that are in our generation, people that are our age, we are kind of like it sort of became the perfect storm, I think, where
Hmm.
we want to interact with art. There's kind of been this pushback against AI and stuff, and so people have been very much going out of their way to interact with art, and that includes going to the movies. But there's also this generative hype that's come from the pandemic, where
Hmm.
information just got really, really easily spread over the internet. And so now you have movies like Project Hail Mary. You've got movies like Obsession that are people are seeing it and they're interacting with it and they're getting excited and they're posting about it and it's just creating this larger, I guess, excitement about it because Endgame was an enigma. That was what 15 years of work put
Yeah.
into
Yeah.
this, but then you've got. I'm just gonna keep talking about Obsession because I absolutely adore that movie. That movie's
Yeah.
fantastic, and like I said, I'm not a horror fan, but you've got a movie
Hmm.
that was made for $750,000. That is a fantastic movie, but it's being spread because of, I guess you could say, our generation, right?
Yeah.
And just the way that it's spread and everything. And that's why I was trying to think. I don't know if I have a particular favorite, but I do think the first time I watched Obsession was one of my favorite experiences. Um,
Hmm.
because I live in a college town, and obviously you live in like greater LA area. That's very much
I live at
yeah. Why don't
345.
you tell them that? Yeah. I live in a college town, and so we've got a lot of younger people going to this stuff that are experiencing this. And
Hmm.
because of that, because of the hype around this movie, this theater was packed. It was emotive, but it was also like it was respectful. I think like that's a movie that kind of demands your
Hmm.
attention a little bit. But just being able to kind of
Well,
have that experience with people all just in a packed room and having people just react to things
yeah.
was so fun.
Well, dude, like you said, like I don't even know if demands your attention is even like the appropriate word. It's like whether you like it or not, like you cannot look away.
Genuinely.
Like it kidnaps your attention. It grips you from start to finish.
Mm-hmm.
And it uses different um methods to do that. Because at first I remember so I watched it twice in theaters
Me too.
and my second time around I felt so much more awkwardness. I felt the weaponized awkwardness attacking me from the screen.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh,
You get that secondhand embarrassment because it's interesting to go see
oh
a
my
horror movie the
gosh."
second time, especially in the theaters, because you know when the scary
Mhm.
parts are, and you realize how much it's
Mhm.
spaced out. And I think for me, it actually made the experience a little bit better because you get to kind of see the themes that were put in, and I think the themes that are incredibly important nowadays. But
Mhm.
you also get to kind of see other people's reactions the whole time. But at the same time, you get to
Mhm.
kind of, because you're not worried about being scared, you get to kind of feel those other things that the movie's making you feel. And the
Yeah.
main thing
Yeah.
is weaponized cringe, weaponized second-hand embarrassment.
Yeah. No, dude, it hurt. And like going back a little bit to films like Project Hail Mary, um do you remember that one quote that Ryan Gosling said about theater and movies and stuff?
What do you say?
He said that it's not is he basically said it's not the responsibility of the people to fill theaters. It's our responsibility to make movies that are worth going to the theaters to
The
watch.
bar.
Preach, baby girl.
Preach. Speak your
Preach.
shiz.
And yeah, bro. And like that's such a legit thing to say. Like so cool, so real. And I feel like if you go through Ryan Gosling's filmography, you can kind of see that.
He's making those
Like
movies.
he's there for it, man. Because a lot of Ryan Gosling's movies are like kind of weird, like artsy movies, like indie projects.
Mm-hmm.
Like they said that like Star Wars, like being a part of Star Wars is the first time he's like been a part of a big franchise.
You can make that
That's
argument
his
for
first.
Blade Runner, but I don't think it's definitely not to the scale
Okay,
of Star
true.
Wars.
Yeah, true. I guess you're right. I don't know because Blade Runner,
Blade Runner is a cult classic.
it's a sequel.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I don't know if I'd call it like a big franchise.
I love that movie too, and I think
Yeah.
seeing a Denis movie of that scale, so fun.
Hmm.
But I completely agree. I think that for a long time, just Hollywood was just not putting out something that people wanted to see. I really do
Hmm.
think that it was kind of on a flat. I think that took a long time to recover, especially from you've got like the writer's strike, you've got the pandemic and everything. And for a long time, there was just sort of a flat. People are just making mush. People are making sequels. They're making remakes. They're making the live action remakes from Disney. I don't care for because I think it's a bit of a creative shortcut, kind of like we were saying before, but
Hmm.
just in the concept of an entire movie. And so being able to see these movies that haven't been made before, people are trying new stuff. Like you've got your Project Hail Marys, you've got your Obsessions, um, like other movies. Like I actually really liked, and I think you did too. I really liked Disclosure Day. I think that was a creative idea. I
Hmm.
liked the message behind it, but it's nice to see movies with the sauce coming out again.
Yeah, totally, dude. I mean, yeah, like Disclosure Day specifically is it's super cool because it's cool to see a filmmaker who has so many years of experience um coming up with this fully fleshed out story and incredible cinematic um spectacle from start to finish.
Absolutely,
And it makes you think like how long has he been working on this really? You know, these concepts, the themes, the story itself, these characters. It's interesting to see it all. But yeah, I actually have a list here of, um, so this is just Google AI, like top 10 movies of the last 5 years. So these are
okay.
just acclaimed blockbusters, award winners, and indie breakthroughs, is what it says. So let's go back to 2021. So 2021, we have Drive My Car. I don't actually know what
I'm not
that is.
familiar. Yeah,
Um,
unfortunately,
I apologize to anyone who likes that movie.
loves that movie.
Um, Dune Part 1 came out in 2021.
Clearly,
Licorice Pizza, that's a PTA movie.
I
I
haven't
heard
seen
it's
that one,
I
but
heard
that
it's
one's on the
good.
list.
It's on my list. I haven't seen it. I heard it's all right. The Power of the Dog. Did that one win? I think Benedict Cumberbatch won Best Actor for that movie. Do you know what I'm talking
Power of
about?
the Dog.
Yeah, it's a movie about a gay cowboy, I think. But it was
Yeah,
like a
I've
Netflix movie, I
oh,
think.
sure was. I'm looking it up right now. Yeah, I've
Yeah.
never heard this one, but yeah, 2021. So I was not. around for
You
that.
weren't born.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we were on
It's living in
our
I was
missions. I
living in
forgot.
South America
Yeah,
with you.
yeah. Well, not with. We weren't.
So
Anyway.
we could
Um,
have.
Spider-Man: No Way Home. Uh,
Okay.
Coda. I haven't seen Coda. That is on my list.
I have heard of, yeah, I have heard of
That
Coda.
one, that was what won Best Picture that year, right?
Did it really?
I think so. The worst person in the world. Is that Rose Byrne? I don't know. Anyway, West Side Story, which was the remake.
That's the Spielberg.
Spielberg. Pig, which honestly, of all these films, is my favorite. Even
Yeah.
though I haven't seen some of these films, I still think Pig is my favorite. And then Tick Tick Boom, the story of the guy who
Who
made the
wrote Rent?
musical Rent. Yeah. Haven't seen that one. It was on my list. I feel like I don't have to watch it, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I didn't feel much motivation to watch that one either. So
Yeah.
these are what was the context of the list?
It's like top 10 movies from the last 5 years. So this is from 2021. These are the top 10 movies based off of box office, critical acclaim, and indie standouts. Honestly, the best one here for me is Pig.
Yeah, tell me about that.
Um, Pig, it's just so great. I think Nicolas Cage just does a great job of I don't know, embodying his character. His character is just a dude who loses his pig. And you think it's gonna be like a John Wick movie where he's like, oh, he lost his dog and now he's gonna kill everybody. But um it's one of those ones where as the story goes on, you learn more about the character that you're seeing. And you learn that he was like the best chef in this um unnamed Pacific Northwestern town, and everyone like really respects him and almost kind of fears him, and he's just this really cool character, and all he wants is this pig. And you think that the point of the pig is because the pig finds these truffles, and then he sells the truffles. So you think that he just wants the pig to find the truffles. Um,
Mm.
but in the end, he's like, I
It
know
was
how to
his
find the
wife.
truffles. What? In the end, it was a wicked witch that turned his wife into a pig, and so
I
he
can't
wants his
believe
pig
this.
back. That would be the plot of a Nicolas Cage film. But
Truly.
no, it's just a very, I don't know. I think um it's a very human film, very humane. Uh and you can see how his experience in the film affects the people around him and kind of uh wakes them up.
Do
So,
you mean like Nicolas Cage's experience as an actor, like lifts other
uh
performances up, or like the character that he plays?
no, the character, like, in the film, like, you can see how his character
Mm.
in the film, his experiences and, like, his, decisions, how they affect the people around him, and, if anything, I would say that his character is just a very sobering presence. He just kind of, like, wakes people up,
Fascinating.
um, in a very interesting way. But, yeah, great film. Um, let's see, 2022, we have okay, so 2022, these are some good films, I will say.
All right, tell me about it. Tell me about it.
So we got Everything Everywhere All at Once,
Banger.
Top Gun Maverick,
Banger.
The Banshees of Inisherin. Have you seen
Not
that
seen
one?
it.
That one's good.
Have you?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. Brendan Gleeson, Colin Farrell,
Ooh.
Barry Keoghan being a little weirdo.
He's always a little
He's
weirdo.
always a little weirdo.
Except
The
Dunkirk, and I need
Batman.
to
That was
another Barry
2022.
Keoghan. Just kidding.
Oh yeah.
I love the Batman.
Dude, RRR. I've told you about this film, right?
Dude, I've heard all about
Oh my
RRR.
gosh. That movie is awesome. Tar. I didn't watch that. Um, I didn't really hear much about it either. I mean, I knew it was like, was it nominated for Oscars? It was like a
Sounds right.
spooky. Wasn't it like a spooky story? It was like a ghost or something.
They got ghosts in here.
Anyway,
That I'm not sure about.
The Menu, which was pretty good.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I actually did
That
like The
one's very
Menu.
much. That one unfortunately has become like a Facebook, no, a YouTube short movie.
Yeah.
But so I think it
I can
has
see
been
why,
the
but
streets
it's
have
pretty good.
since lowered
Ray
its rating, but I think
Ray
it's pretty good.
Fiennes is great. Anya
He's
Taylor
great.
Joy is great.
She's great too.
Nick Holt's awesome
Also great.
always.
He's detestable.
Yeah. Um, then we got Nope. Have you seen Nope yet?
I actually have not seen Nope.
Ooh, dude, Nope is so good. I love Nope. Nope might
I
be.
think
I think Nope is my favorite Jordan Peele film.
that's a take, man. I This is a basic one for me, but I love Get Out.
Yeah. Have you seen Us?
I haven't seen that one either. I'm not gonna lie.
How are you?
So
Okay, then you can't. I'm
cut that
sorry.
out.
You.
Cut that out. It's
All
not
right.
going
So
in.
your opinion on Jordan Peele films doesn't matter because you've only
I've
seen one
seen
of them.
most of the Key and Peele, so I feel like it's good.
I've seen every single. You know, how everybody says there's always one Key and Peele sketch you haven't seen. Not me.
Not
I've seen
me.
all of them.
I might as well have made them.
And then then we got After Sun. Come on,
That
man.
one I haven't seen. That's
I
Paul
haven't seen
Mescal, though,
it
right?
either. I haven't seen it either, but that's like a what's the name
That's like
of
a rip your
the
heart out type of
yeah? What's the name
Manchester
of
type by the Sea type of movie.
oof, dude, don't get me started on Manchester by the Sea. Have you what's the name of the actress in that film? The chick that he's like been he did that and then he did that
How long
other
have you been with her?
when when you been there.
Let me find out.
He did that and then there's what is it called? It's called like Normal People or something?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What's her name?
So he did Paul Mescal, After Sun,
Paul Mescal.
and then Normal People. Yeah, it was with Daisy Edgar Jones. Is that what you're talking about?
Daisy Edgar Jones. Yeah. I knew her name was Daisy. But yeah. Definitely still have to watch that film. And then last we have Puss in Boots: The Last Wish.
Oh my
So
gosh,
2022 was a pretty good year for
sure is.
films. Pretty good year. Yeah, I remember what was the first movie you watched when you got back home from your mission?
Just because of the hype, it was between two. I don't remember which one it was first, but it was either No Way Home or Top Gun Maverick. So
Hmm.
No Way Home, it has been spoiled for me a million times up to that point. So it was
Yeah.
still fun, but I knew exactly what was going to happen. The thing about Top Gun Maverick is I remember my dad going to see it while I was out. He didn't super care for the first one, but I think he realized kind of what was going on with this new one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we could do a
Um,
we could do a whole episode on the Top Gun
on
movies.
Top Gun. I
Yeah,
know.
dude.
But I come back from my mission because he texted me. He goes, Top Gun Maverick is very good.
Hmm.
And so I get back and he's like, all right, this is what we need to do. Movie's out of the theaters. We can't go see it. So we're gonna try our best to recreate a theatrical experience here. Like,
Uh,
and so what he did is because we've got a pretty nice sound system, just because of my dad's background, he cares a lot about that stuff.
oh yeah.
And so he kind of looked into, I'm trying to think of exactly what it was because obviously it's beyond me, but he looked into, I guess, like the style of the sound systems and like how the movie was, I guess, mixed and fitted our sound system so it would be as accurate to the theatrical experience as possible. So that was a
Hmm.
super fun time watching it with my dad. We like set a time apart. No one was bothering us. I just sat down with him and, you know, we darkened up the room, made sure it was as, theatrical as possible, as cinematic as possible. Super good movie, super fun time. But I do think that that was probably the first movie I watched coming back.
That is super cool. Yeah, I was lucky enough that my brother is also a super huge cinema nerd. It was him really who introduced me to like Letterboxd and this whole world of uh, cinephiles. But he loves to collect steelbook 4Ks, and so
Nice.
he had in his possession the Batman and Top Gun Maverick. So back to back, I watched those my first night getting home from my mission,
That's fantastic.
which was yeah, it was awesome. It was really awesome. um, yeah. 2022 was actually a pretty good year for movies. As to how they did in the box office, I don't have those stats before me, but I actually did go to watch The Menu in the theater.
All right.
I remember that, but yeah, overall some pretty good films. All right, moving on to 2023. 2023. Do you remember what came out in 2023?
I'm trying to think back to it. What came out? Spider Verse, 2023.
Yeah, Across the Spider Verse.
Yep. What other movies? Are you looking for a specific answer?
From you, yeah.
Is that Dune 2?
Uh, no, uh, no, it's not on here. So yeah, no.
Ooh.
This was a very big thing that brought a lot of people to cinemas.
I feel like the answer is super obvious, and it's not Spider Verse.
No, it was
Tell
about
me, what is
two.
it?
It was about two films.
It was about two films.
Mm-hmm.
Like the movie is about, like, follows two films.
No, the draw to the cinema was because of two different films that had the same release date.
Oh, it was Barbenheimer.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Oh
sir.
my
Barbenheimer was
goodness.
2023.
What a time.
Yeah, dude. Oh my gosh. Okay, so did you watch Oppenheimer in theaters?
I did not. I missed out, man.
You poor man.
Believe it or not, I
Oh my gosh.
just saw Oppenheimer for the first time maybe a month ago.
Really?
That was the first time I'd seen it.
Oh my gosh.
Because
No,
I feel
dude.
like at that point, because I missed the theatrical run, I needed to be in the right space for it. I was like, it needs
Yeah.
to be the perfect time. Like, I gotta have everything set up right. I just need to be able to appreciate it the best as possible. And it
Mm-hmm.
was pretty good. I actually quite enjoyed it. I thought it was very, very well done. It was beautifully done.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
Yeah.
just missed the theatrical run.
Man. Nah, Jan and I went and watched it in IMAX and
Goodness.
oh my gosh, dude. I almost cried when the bomb went off. Like genuinely. Just because like it was like such a spectacle. Like it was so cool being there. Um yeah, super cool. Super cool film. And then we went and watched Barbie like a couple days later.
So you didn't do the natural, like the Barbenheimer split
No, not like
double feature?
not like the same day. No. But dude, no, yeah, Oppenheimer was pretty sick to watch in theaters. I only watched it the one time, but yeah, it was awesome.
Dang.
So yeah, number 1 for 2023 we have Oppenheimer. Then we have Killers of the Flower Moon.
Ooh,
Um did you watch that? No, you didn't.
I have not.
No. Um I don't think very highly of this film. To me, it
It's a
just feels
Scorsese, isn't
like
it?
yeah, it's Scorsese, but I don't know. I feel like I'm actually not a huge Scorsese fan.
Wow.
Yeah.
You don't like Shark Tale?
Pff. Dude, his role in The Mandalorian and Grogu is Oscar worthy.
I can't believe it.
It's amazing. No,
Remember when he says big butts in Shark Tale?
there's whale
He says
poop
it,
and then there's
big butts. That actually might not be him, but then that does say
Uh,
the whale poop.
no,
Continue.
it's probably him. Anyway, no, Martin Scorsese's films, I don't know. It just feels like uh just things happening in succession. Like, have you ever seen that clip of the writers of South Park and they go to like a college and do like a quick seminar on
Oh
writing?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And they present that formula of this
Like
is this happens, but he says instead of between your actions in your story, it shouldn't be and then. It should be but and so. So it's like this is what's happening, but this happens. So then this happens. So
right,
it's like cause effect, like result. The story is pushing itself forward because of the events that are transpiring. It's not just like
right.
one thing kind of happening. And I felt like Killer. I feel like Killers of the Flower Moon, um, Goodfellas. I feel like these are movies where there's just kind of like things happening.
You better be careful, man.
I know, I know. I think it's a very. I think that's like a hot take. I don't,
You better
because
be careful.
I don't feel like I'm being contrarian. I'm not just saying like, dude, it's whatever. I just feel like there are filmmakers that we resonate with, and there are filmmakers that we don't. And as much as I would like to resonate with Martin Scorsese and his work, I just don't.
Fair
But
point.
I can still respect it as like you know good works of film. And it's not like my opinion is the end all be all. Who cares what I think? Anyway, um, yeah, Close of the Flower Moon. Then we got Poor Things. Uh, the Holdovers. Holdovers was really good. I really like the Holdovers. Do you know what that one is?
I do know that one. Paul Giamatti,
Yeah, dude, freaking awesome, dude.
the goat.
The cinematography in the movie is so good, bro. It
In
looks
the holdovers,
so good. Yeah, it looks so
I'm
good
surprised.
because it's supposed to be like I think it's the 70s um at this like all boys prep school. So it's kind of it's almost like the warm vibes of Dead Poet Society with that film grain and like it just feels the whole movie feels like a warm hug on an autumn evening.
Interesting.
It's super good. Then there's John Wick Chapter 4. Freak yeah. Was freaking sick. I also watched that in IMAX.
That came out on
Freaking
IMAX.
awesome. Yeah. Kind of. Thank you. Yeah, I watched it on IMAX because I have like I said, like my brother and his friend, they're like film crazy. So they'll just get like a bunch of he'll like get a whole aisle of seats at a theater and
Wow.
we'll go and watch it. Um so that was pretty cool. John Wick Chapter 4 was pretty cool. You so far you've only seen the first one, right?
Yeah, just the first one.
What did you think?
I love that kind of movie because it's literally like not trying to say anything. You kind of get there's like a suspension. Like what is it? Like you got to suspend your sense of disbelief or something. What is? I don't remember the phrase, but
Sure.
you
So
just
there's a
gotta go
suspension
for
of
it.
disbelief, yeah.
Yeah, you just gotta like accept what's happening because once you do that, you're like, this is incredible and this is awesome, and it
Mm-hmm.
just hitting that part of my brain where I'm like, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Dude,
because
you
they like want to make every line so hard. They want to make everything he
yeah.
does the coolest thing you've ever seen, and they're like, logic out the window, doesn't matter, and you're like, doesn't matter, and I love them for that because it's just a fun movie to watch. You can just go watch it and have a good time. Not every movie, I will say, has to have like a deeper meaning. Not every movie has to be something that's gonna move you emotionally. Sometimes you want to go just watch a dude fight a bunch of other dudes, and that's okay with me.
Yeah. Dude, I remember what you the joke you made when we were watching it. That was, dude, that was hilarious. We could go through this list forever. We could do a whole episode where we talk about these things, but yeah, I think this is kind of the general idea we want for
All right, for
uh
sure.
for the show. We hope you guys like it. If you feel like there's a certain topic in cinema that we want to touch on more specifically, we would love to do that. Obviously, this is just an opportunity for Cal and I to talk about movies, because that's what we love to do, really.
It's true. We're just recording what we usually talk about.
Yeah, this is just a regular
This is
conversation.
between two bros. Like
it's
this is
the
what it's about.
ultimate. It's the ultimate version of two dudes like, bro, why don't we just like record what we're talking about?
Like let's make a
Why are
podcast.
we doing a podcast already, man?
It's pretty much what this is.
It's pretty much what this is. But I feel like we can make it something that is enjoyable, um, for everyone. Not for everyone, but for a select few of loser nerds who love film. So if there's something we can do to make that more enjoyable for you guys, we would love to do that. We plan on having guests in our future episodes so that it's not just Cal and I talking all the time. But yeah, we had a great time, and we thank you guys for listening. We'll see you next time.
See you.
Bye.